Somewhere there's a bike that has not moved in a while. It's not abandoned, it's not broken, it's just waiting. The tires still hold air, the drivetrain still works. If you're honest, nothing mechanical is standing in your way. What's holding things up is harder to name. A mood, a hesitation. That sense that starting again should probably happen under better circumstances. Maybe when the weather improves. Maybe when the days are longer. Maybe when life feels a little less cluttered. Vancouver makes waiting easy. The rain has a way of stretching time. Gray mornings slide into gray afternoons, and the roads and trails, well, they don't ease you back in. They tip upward the moment you leave home, as if asking whether you're sure about this. And after a while, the bike stops being just a bike. It becomes a reminder, a quiet marker of distance. Not just from fitness, but from a version of yourself you remember more clearly than you'd like. That's when the idea of riding stops feeling simple. Because the moment you decide to get back on the bike, your brain starts collecting evidence as to why you shouldn't. There's a little more weight than before. The legs don't feel springy anymore. Motivation, that is unreliable. What should be a straightforward decision suddenly feels loaded. It's no longer about going for a ride, it's about what the ride might reveal. We tend to believe that restarting should happen once everything lines up, once we feel lighter, sharper, calmer, more organized, as if fitness returns only after we've achieved some mythical state of readiness. But that version of readiness rarely shows up. So instead, we delay. We tidy things. We make plans we don't execute. We convince ourselves that preparation counts as progress. What we're really doing is waiting for the future version of ourselves to take over. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't restart because they feel prepared. They restart because staying where they are has become more uncomfortable than moving forward. No one wakes up on a damp, rainy morning suddenly feeling capable, disciplined, and eager to ride into the headwinds. That's not how it works. Restarting usually happens when the excuses lose their effectiveness, when the stiffness lingers a bit longer, when the climbs you used to ignore now demand negotiation. It isn't confidence that gets you moving again, it's acceptance. And to be honest, this is where I'm at right now. So let's begin here. And strangely, that kind of acceptance brings relief. So what does starting again actually look like? Not online, not in highlight reels, but in real life. First, you meet your body where it is, not where it used to be, not where you think it should be, where it is today. That might mean slower speeds, shorter rides, and legs that complain early. That's not failure, that's information. The early rides won't feel impressive. They'll feel awkward, a little bit clumsy, like pushing against resistance that used to feel lighter. That's normal. You're rebuilding familiarity, not chasing performance. Second, You keep the goals deliberately small. Short rides, manageable frequency. The win is showing up, not how far you go. These small efforts don't look like much, but they accumulate quickly, and confidence tends to follow consistency. Third, you make it easy to say yes. Clothes ready the night before, routes you don't need to plan, anything that reduces friction between intention and action. Fourth, you stop measuring everything. Numbers can wait. For now, they're more likely to distract than motivate. What matters early on isn't data, it's rhythm. And finally, expect instability. Some weeks will feel good, others won't. Momentum will come and go, motivation will fluctuate. That's not a setback, that's a process. Progress isn't smooth, it wobbles, and wobbling is what movement looks like when it's real. The return to cycling isn't defined by speed, power, or results. It's defined by reconnection, by remembering how it feels to move through space under your own effort, to feel capable again, even in small ways. Cycling has always been more than fitness. It's perspective, it's momentum. It's a reminder that you can still engage, still adapt, still move forward. Starting again does not lead to your best rides on paper, but it often leads to the most meaningful ones, the rides where nothing remarkable happens except that you showed up. And sometimes that's the point.